I cannot wait.
Well, I think it's a good one.
All right, well, episode 33 of the Shooters Podcast, and we start off with Kyle.
Jacob Dion, fun fact. Shout out Jake Dion for coming on our podcast. Appreciate it. So I did some research. There are currently only 8 active NBA coaches who have ever won an NBA title. And I was like, wow, that's I feel like that's pretty low, only 8. Did some more research. Only 2 of the coaches that are active that won an NBA title haven't coached either Kawhi or LeBron. Who are the 2 coaches?
2 active coaches that haven't won a title.
So there are only 2
That have
active
won a
NBA
title.
coaches that have won a title that haven't coached either Kawhi or LeBron.
Steve Kerr.
Yep, that's the easy one.
Doc Rivers.
No, wait, because Doc Rivers coached Kawhi in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Oh, Steve
I
Carlisle.
should have known that.
It's Rick
Yeah.
Carlisle, but that's
Rick
Rick.
Carlisle.
Rick
yeah.
Carlisle. Fuck.
That was shocking to me that there's only 8 active coaches that won a title.
I think what makes it worse is I thought Rick Carlisle at first, and I was like, Doc Rivers.
I can't believe I called him Steve. I know his name. That was bad.
Yeah, that's a tough look.
It was. I'm trying to like do a care package email real quick while I'm doing this. That's why.
Wow, he's Dylan's a businessman, and he just made money off Dogecoin going nuts this morning.
Yes, sir. That's what we do.
I like checked my Robinhood at like 7 o'clock, and I was up like a lot of money, and I was like, the market hasn't opened yet. Like, what? Doesn't make any sense. And I was like, oh, Dogecoin went through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dogecoin never closes.
it went up like 1 cent, like before like 7 o'clock this morning, which is crazy.
We're gonna be loaded pretty soon.
I actually had a suggestion before we do the Golden State Warriors Mount Rushmore. DP, what's your Vermont Venom Mount Rushmore?
Oh, so this is interesting. Did you guys want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first. It's your team. It's your team.
Because I had one for mine and one for Brando's. I split it up into 2 different eras.
Ooh, okay. Our listeners will have no idea what's going on here, but that's okay.
VT Venom is our AAU team that we played for. This was really hard for me. There were a lot of names I wanted to put on my list. So Matt said in the group chat he mentioned my dad as one of them. I'm gonna do both my dad and my mom because my mom did like the book and like the finances of all that stuff, and then my dad was obviously the coach. I'll put those in one. I'll put the practical parents as one.
Okay.
I have to put myself on there as a 2-time Vermont Venom player.
Yep.
I can see the smile on Kyle's face. As a 2-time Vermont Venom player, I will give the nod to Kyle. Matt, I really wanted you to put. I really wanted to put you on the list, but it was.
Wait, I wasn't a 2-time player though.
You played the second year in one tournament. Remember?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I think my last spot has to go to Dion with an honorable mention to both Matt and Trombo because Matt, he did play against us, so he was a rival for a little bit. That hurts the legacy. Trombo was a great Vermont Venom player, and fun fact, he actually named Vermont Venom. He came up with the name, so yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're at Rice lunch. We're like, what should we name the team? And he goes, what about Vermont Venom? We're like, wow, great name.
Okay. I can go second. This may come as a shock to you. I am not on my own Mount Rushmore.
Wow. I wish I would have left you off mine then.
I didn't put myself on there. The reason why is because I was never like, even the first year I did it, I was doing baseball, so I still missed some tournaments for baseball, so I was never committed, even though I believe I was the only person to start every game that could have started every game. So shout out me. But first off, I have Dylan, obviously, heart and soul captain. No, never a doubt. Dylan's number 1 pick on everyone's Vermont Venom. Can't deny that.
Thank you.
Number 2, I have Jake Dion. The best memory from Jake Dion playing was when he sprained his ankle in the first game and then sprained his other ankle the second game, and he didn't know how to limp. But that was kind of funny. Third, a name that I don't think will pop up in either Mount Rushmore, but I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Eric. I think it takes a lot of confidence to miss 15 threes in one half of a running clock game, and that alone gets him on my list. And then
That's fired.
Fourth, I'll put Trombo on. Just the ultimate glue guy. Every team has one. Every team needs one. Ultimate glue guy. Shout out Jake.
Sleeper is also Connor. Connor could have been on there 2-time Vermont Venom player.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah. All right, Matt, what's your Vermont Venom Mount Rushmore?
I gave it away earlier to you guys, but what did I put? I put obviously Dylan. I put Dylan's right. I probably should have added his mom in there. That's on me.
No, you're good.
I left that out. And then what else? Who else? I put Dion. And then I put Kyle.
It's a good
I
list.
kind of wanted to add Brando over Kyle, but since Kyle didn't put himself on the Mount Rushmore, I'm going to put Brando over him.
I respect
All right,
it.
wait, you just said I was on and you just took me off just like that?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
That's why I made a separate list just for Brando's team. I say Brando. You guys know Michael Bergeron?
Yep.
Yep, definitely on that list.
Yep.
He had a teammate named Tashar. He was also on that list.
Right.
And then I'd probably put my dad on that one. More so on their list than ours, because for that team, he did a ton of recruiting. Our team, we just kind of pulled the team together, but he had to recruit heavily for that team. So, and that team there's a lot of drama on that team that he had to try to control. So he deserves a big nod for that one.
There are a couple state championships on that team, I think, in light of recent events. Yeah.
Where?
Crazy. All right. Real Mount Rushmore, Golden State Warriors. This is actually harder than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize that the Warriors have a lot of pretty good players like in their early days. So
I actually didn't do any research going into this one because I had a ton of projects to do. So I just went off the dome for my 4.
It's fair. It's
You
fair.
go first or last?
I can go first. I got this one. I did a little research. Obviously, I got Steph Curry, never a doubt, 3-time champ, 7-time All-Star, 2-time MVP. Probably gonna hit double digits in All-Stars. Then next, I had Wilt Chamberlain. I was a little apprehensive to put him on there because he was another guy that did like his career. He had different teams, but he was a 6-time All-Star, 4-time first-team NBA, and 1-time MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So can't leave him off there. And I have Rick Barry. 8-time All-Star, 1-time champion, 5-time first team. And then my last spot, I actually had Chris Mullins on there. Took him off. I put in Nate Thurmond, 7-time All-Star. And this is actually would have been a better fun fact, but he's the first ever NBA player to have a quadruple double. So there you go. Rebounding king.
That's true. Yeah, Kyle, just like you, I had him on my list too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Do we have the same list?
We don't.
Ooh, okay.
We're close. I almost put Wilt on, but it's kind of borderline for me because I didn't really know how to deal with the whole like Philadelphia Warriors aspect.
Yeah, I actually thought the same thing too. I was like, screw it. He counts.
Yeah. So I felt like just interest of adding another player on. So I put Chris Mullins.
Yep.
You took off then. Excuse me. I did Rick Barry and then obviously Steph.
Yeah. I almost gave Mullen a little extra credit for being part of the greatest team ever. Dream team.
Yeah.
People forget.
That's true, yeah. I kind of want to put Tim Hardaway on there, but
yeah.
he didn't really fit.
I think Clay could work his way onto there if he keeps going. But how many All-Stars does Clay have? Was it 3? Probably 3 or 4.
That's a great segue because Clay is actually on my list. My list is Steph Curry. I put Wilt on my list. I went Klay Thompson because it's kind of like a recent narrative about Draymond Green saying he's the best defender of all time. I actually believe he's not even the best defender on his team. I think that could easily go to Klay Thompson. I think he's a very underrated defender. Obviously, a really good shooter, really good scorer. And then my fun pick for this one, I don't know any accolades off the top of my head, but I'm gonna put Monte Ellis on my Warriors list. So, yep, that's my 4.
That's a wild take, but I don't hate it because I think he's associated with some pretty good Warriors team. But
yeah, I think he's close enough, and then it's just the Monte Ellis legend. I'm gonna put him on mine.
I would
I
have
looked up
God.
I would have expected like Baron Davis if that.
Yeah, I
Kind of
love
absurd.
using him in 2K though.
Clay has as many All-Star appearances as Chris Mullin does. Would not have guessed that. So maybe Clay may warrant a spot on more Mount Rushmores in the future. But yeah,
definitely in the future.
He's got it on mine.
He's also almost for sure missed at least one All-Star appearance considering his last 2 years he's been hurt. So
yeah, that's true. But one Warrior that we did not put on there was Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Obvious reason wasn't there long enough. But I think this segues perfectly into his running beef now with Michael Rapaport.
oh my God.
Bro, I love that.
I saw you put that on and it's like Michael Rapaport might be the most just nobody wants him in sports media. Nobody does. I don't know why he keeps trying.
I didn't know he's been in 60 movies.
Yeah,
That's
he's
a
like
lot.
he's in like oh God, he's always like that dude that just like shows up in a bar
Yeah.
and you just have a conversation and you never see him in the movie again.
Like
It's really about 60 too many movies, in my opinion.
yeah, he was listed on like Friends. I was like, I don't even remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh God. Yeah, I no. He also has beef with Barstool too right now, which is kind of
He
funny.
does. He has filed a lawsuit that got
The-
dismissed very quickly.
yeah,
The
it's just
defamation of
tough.
character.
It's just
Matt,
tough. Isn't he a Boston guy too? No,
I
New
think
York
so.
guy.
Yeah, New York.
New York. He's
Me
got
and
Matt like
you,
Christoph.
differing opinions on this, right, Matt?
We do.
About
How,
who
what,
it's
whose
bad
side are
look
you
for.
on?
I'm not on a
I-
side. I'm just saying it's a worse look for KD than it is Rapaport, in my opinion.
No, I think KD just is he knows he's a troll.
Yeah, but like
He just acknowledges it.
KD is obviously the bigger personality. He's always got more on the line. Like Michael Rapaport, everybody kind of expects shit like that out of him. KD, when those messages got leaked, which is kind of messed up for Rapaport to leak, but he did leak the messages. That being out there, like now the league's investigating him, all that kind of stuff. It's all over social media. Everybody knows like how he just went after him and kind of his wife, not really his wife.
Yeah, he didn't really do that.
Yeah, I think KD definitely got baited into that one. Not a good look for either of them, but KD has more to lose from this than Rapaport does. So I think KD, he's got more at stake on this one.
I feel like KD just lives in like the social media trenches. Like that's where he's like that's beneath most NBA players, but not Kevin Durant.
That's
So
true.
I think I side with KD on this one.
Yeah, I don't know if like have any of you actually looked at his Instagram since this, like Rapaport's?
No.
Dude, there was so many things on there. He's like, yeah, like I don't get what happened. Me and Kevin used to be friends. I'm like, you're the one that attacked him first.
Yeah.
Did you?
Why are you mad? And then there was a clip of him I found. It was Katie brought him to a Warriors game. Well, he got him tickets, and they were like the 6th row, so it was pretty good seats. And Rappaport apparently the entire time was pissed he wasn't courtside. And he like, I'm gonna talk to Kevin after the game. And so he like talks to him. He's like, yeah, Kevin, like I don't know what happened. Like I didn't get floor seats. Like I had the 6th row. Like it's not bad, but like I couldn't touch the floor. And like I also had to fly out here and pay for the Uber. Like I still have the receipts though. Like so I was wondering, like you, the real MVP, like can you cover this? Because like I didn't even get the floor seats. He's like, bro, what is your problem?
Yeah, that's a tough look.
So I'm like, I don't really blame Kevin for being mad at him.
Yeah, no, I can see where he's coming from. I'm not saying like he shouldn't be mad at him, but he probably should have handled it a different way, being the personality that he is. And just to fill in some like the empty spots, what happened was Michael Rapaport and Katie were DMing on Instagram, and it was a tweet from Rapaport that said that Katie seemed deeply in his feelings with the NBA and TNT crew after the game, and he just called him sensitive and shit like that. And then Katie basically went after him and said a bunch of stuff that we probably shouldn't read because there's plenty of colorful language that we're not going to say. Yeah, so it was just a very, very tough look for Katie. I think Brando read it. He said he counted it up. Katie sent like 30 DMs to Rapaport after that, and Rapaport sent like 4. So Katie just like spammed him with a bunch of stuff. So yeah, just Instagram beef basically for anyone who's wondering.
Yeah.
I just want them to meet up in person and just fight.
Yeah,
I'd take KD because KD is 7 feet tall.
Yeah,
and a professional athlete.
You just like stick his hand out like this and just be like, no.
I feel like also kind of weird is like they're almost 20 years of difference in age, so it's like Michael Rapaport like really needs to chill.
I think Michael Rapaport thinks he's still extremely relevant in like sports media when he's not.
I didn't know he wrote a book called like The Master of Sports Trash Talking. I was like,
Interesting.
No way are you that.
Ooh, segue. Who do you think is the master of sports trash talk?
Kevin Garnett.
You think it's KG?
Oh, maybe. Sorry, big homer pick. Maybe Larry Bird actually.
That's also a homer pick, but okay.
Yeah, no, I'll admit that one for sure. I think it might be Larry Bird though, but it's also different eras. Like people just don't do that anymore.
That's true. I feel like no one from this era really gets on that.
I was gonna go basketball here. I was gonna go different sport, but I'd say Floyd Mayweather just because he's consistently backed it up. I don't know if there's anyone else in sports who's like constantly just backed up all his trash talk. So
yeah, that's a good one.
I got one. Jake Paul.
Oh my god.
Is that the one that's fighting Ben Akron or whatever?
I think so.
Yeah. It's so dumb. Like I will say though, from a business standpoint, I don't get why the UFC doesn't sign Jake Paul. Like if he has a real fight, it would sell so much. You just get if he wins, okay, you have a star. If he loses, then everyone just paid to see Jake Paul get beat up. So
For all we know, maybe they have, and he's just too scared to accept it.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, there's some. Did you see the knockout last weekend?
Yeah.
The heavyweight champion in UFC might be the scariest person to watch.
Yeah, that dude is terrifying.
Yeah. Matt, if you haven't seen him, look up Francis Ngannou.
Uh,
Terrifying.
is that the one Joel called out?
No, I hope not.
I'm pretty sure Joel like had a tweet about him.
He had a tweet. I think he was supporting him.
Oh,
He's from Africa, so
yeah, he's from
backing him
Cameroon.
up.
That's your homework for anyone who doesn't watch UFC. Look up Francis Ngannou.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I'll do that.
Terrifying individual.
Oh, I never addressed the Joel tweet.
him and Marcus Smart fight.
Yeah. All right, so I actually went on a deep rabbit hole of watching all of Joel's past interactions. This man is a complete troll, I think, as well known.
Yeah.
I feel like me and Joel are very similar. I think Kyle said this before, but when it comes to me, like, when someone actually wants to fight, you're just going to laugh at them. But then when someone doesn't want to fight, you just fight them anyway, just to mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Joel does. Sometimes, in that case, it made him look pretty soft. I'll give him that.
Marcus Marquez, yeah.
Yeah, like, he did try to go there, and I'm like, with Jimmy there, I'm like, I think he'd be fine. But, like, I would have liked if they just backed off, let him go at it, see what would have happened.
Yeah.
Like the Karl Anthony Towns Joel fight.
Yeah, right. That probably wouldn't end too well for Cat.
Dude, I think the underrated part of that video is if you just watch Ben Simmons, he literally, like, drags Cat to the ground in a headlock. Starts pulling out. He's the one.
I forgot about that one. That was a good one.
I'll rewatch that. It was a great moment to see.
If you want to see a funny sports fight moment, there was a Red Sox Yankees brawl like 3 years ago, and you know who Aaron Judge is?
Yeah.
Massive player. He just put like Red Sox players in a headlock, not to fight him, but just to be like, all right, don't like, just like holding a toddler. I feel like that's what you'd see in the NBA if it was like Boban and like Luka.
Yeah,
like Boban just holding Luka in a headlock. Like don't fight anybody, Luka. Now's not the time.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Fights are kind of funny, I guess, in the NBA sometimes.
No, do you see JJ Redick's comments after being traded to the Mavs?
I didn't know.
I did, but I forget what it was actually.
Yeah, so he was basically saying, like, before the season started, like, once they traded Drew Holiday, he's like, and they brought in Sam again, he's like, yeah, I pretty much knew, that was it for most of my playing time. And, like, being most of his all of his family's in Brooklyn right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, yeah, I was straight up, like, before the season, I was like, yeah, I want to trade, like, can you get me somewhere closer to, like, my family? Because even when he was in Philly, he commuted from Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was basically saying, like, yeah, like, they said, come down, like, for a month, like, see if it works out or not. And then if not, we'll work out a trade for you. And then so it goes by, and he's like, yeah, I still want to trade. And Dave Grimm's like, yeah, I'll get you somewhere, like, closer to your family. Because obviously we can't let you, like, go back and forth from New York to New Orleans. And then they ended up trading him to Dallas.
It's a little bit further away.
And then so he basically said, like, I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but, like, I just wouldn't trust New Orleans, like, management, like, to do the right thing for you.
How many teams has Reddick played for? He's not a bad player, but he's just the king of 1 year deals, it seems like.
Let's see, the Magic. I'm pretty sure he played for the Magic for a hot minute.
He played for the Magic for a while, but I think recently he's been traded a lot, right?
Well, no, then he went to the Clippers.
Yep.
Then he went to Philly.
Yep.
Then he went to New Orleans.
Oh, you actually he apparently, I looked it up, he played for the Bucks for a little bit after the Magic. So he went 2013 Bucks, 4 years in LA, 2 years in Philly, 2 years in New Orleans, and now he's in Dallas.
Interesting.
Speaking of Dallas, great win last night.
Yeah, it was a tough game, dude. Honestly, just watching Celtics games is hard.
I can hear like the sound of Dylan's heart breaking.
It's like a never-ending cycle. I wake up, I get excited because there's a Celtics game on today. I start to watch the Celtics game. Usually they go down pretty big in the first half. Like it was 22 points to the Mavericks, which probably shouldn't happen because they're okay. They're not that good, but we went down 22 points, so I got pretty sad. And then they start to come back like they usually do, so I get excited, and then they just don't do enough, and they lose by like single digits, and I get sad again. It's just a never-ending cycle. So,
okay.
To be fair, we didn't have any big men. Like Mo Wagner, how you want to say his name, started for us. Like we don't have Robert Williams, Tristan Thompson right now, but it's just like there's only so many excuses you can make. It's been happening all season, so I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I feel like
I can't believe that Dylan suckered me into taking the Celtics to make it to the finals before the season started.
It still happen.
It's not going to happen.
On you, Kyle.
It's
still
not
happen, Kyle.
I'm more confident in Bam winning most improved player than Celtics winning the finals. So
it could still happen, Kyle. We should do like some sort of a bet. If the Celtics make the finals, you have to do something since you're so confident it's not going to happen. And
no, I'm already. Why is it me? I'm already leveraging myself so much by guaranteeing Matt the 76ers wouldn't win the finals this year.
Well, if Bam wins most improved player, Kyle, I'll do something. If the Celtics make the finals, you do something.
Celtics. I feel like it's more likely the Celtics make the finals. If I'm being honest, I know I just said the opposite.
Yeah. So the thing is with the Celtics, like obviously they haven't been healthy all season. If they can go into the playoffs healthy and they have all their players, they have the type of players that can carry you through final series or through playoff series to the finals. So I think we'll be fine if we get there. They just made it really, really hard on themselves for the path to get there because they're going to be facing good teams every single round now. So
right.
It's going to be tough.
Seed are they right now?
We were 7 yesterday, then we lost. I don't know where that puts us. Let me look.
You are.
The NBA app takes forever to load.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Oh, you are 8. Yeah. So you're.
But it's like 8 seed, but we're only 2 games out of the 4 seed, so it could end honestly anywhere.
True. But as it stated, you're facing the Nets.
I'm actually okay with that. I think.
Yeah, that's where I feel you're paying Dylan. We lost the number 1 seed now.
Yeah.
By half a game.
I'm okay with facing the Nets.
Seeing as though it's pretty unanimous, Celtics are one of the more disappointing teams. What do you think are some of the most overachieving teams this year or most surprising teams with their success?
There's an obvious number 1 answer.
You like that segue, Matt? That was a pretty good segue.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but
I just beat you to it. What's your answer, DP?
Well, obvious answer is the Suns.
I think there's 2 good answers. The Suns are one team, and I think the Hornets are another team.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, apparently the Hornets are the only team right now that's like a 4 seed or higher, where their highest scoring player is only averaging 20 points.
That's just a good team. I mean,
they're a very well balanced team.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll stay there, but at this point of the season, yeah, I'd consider them pretty overachieving.
I feel it's not like an impressive team for like stat wise, but I feel like the Blazers also.
Yeah.
Pretty much lost everyone, and they're still relevant.
It's Dame. Dame's gonna have to have a statue built outside the Portland Arena.
He's just gotta be doing the Dame time.
Yep. They're gonna need something for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go back on the Hornets, I think that's a team of like recently drafted players that everyone kind of forgot about.
Yeah, like Malik.
And now they're actually playing well. Like Miles Bridges was stud out of college.
Yep.
So PJ Washington was too. I mean, Malik Monk's been playing well. Guys like that. It's good to see him do well. Mixed with like some veterans like Taylor Rozier and Gordon Hayward. Pretty good stuff.
I didn't know Taylor Rozier was 27.
You think he was older or younger?
I thought he was like 25.
I thought he was older. I would have said he was older. Guess not.
He's been around for a minute, I guess.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is looking at this roster of like I'm looking at the Hornets roster right now. And there's players that have been in the NBA for like 3 or 4 years, and I'm like a year younger than them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, man, I could be like a third-year NBA player right now.
So it's holding you back?
Yep. Oh, there's a lot. I think the fact that I'm not athletic and I'm not very tall, that's probably the main keys.
Like Kaka says he's not that tall. He's the tallest one of us all.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. All right. Well, we got a lot of great little, like pick betweens on our Instagram.
Okay.
We're going to give a shout out to the loyal Celtics Nation Instagram.
Oh, God. We're already such a homer podcast. Why can't it be like anybody else?
It's not my podcast. It's Brando. Or not my Instagram page. It's Brando's. So
shout out Detroit Pistons loyal fans. Thank you for the questions. Not loyal Celtics fans. Okay.
We'll make an Instagram page for it then.
Dude, I don't even know any
Mavericks fans, Kyle.
Shout out loyal Mavericks fans.
I feel like that'd be a great Instagram for Kyle to run and change it every year.
Exactly.
Switch it up.
Yeah.
That would you know how many people get pissed? Everyone would hate it. No one would get the joke.
That would be great. And it would send them to this podcast.
Exactly.
Figure it out.
All right. What were
right.
the homers questions?
So, there's only, I would say, 3 homer picks, but they're all pretty good ones. So, prime Derrick Rose or prime Russell Westbrook?
Derrick Rose, not even a question.
I think it is a question. I think I also take. Wow, I'm thinking about it now. No, I think I might take Westbrook. No, I'll take Derrick Rose. That's a lot closer than I think you think it is, Kyle. Okay. I'll take Derrick Rose, but that's close for me.
Yeah, I feel like the deciding factor for me was just like, who did I like more in their prime?
Yeah.
Derrick Rose.
Also, I guess I think that question too is I think Derrick Rose never reached his prime because of injuries. So I'm thinking like Derrick Rose if he kept progressing to his prime without injuries, then I take Derrick Rose. Exactly. That's what I thought when I heard the question.
I think he's also more fun to watch because it's like he's got the game of Westbrook, but he's not built like Westbrook. Yeah. Like Westbrook looks like a superhero. Derrick Rose, he's not built like that.
It looks like a dude just find on the side of the street that's a little jacked.
Yeah.
All right, this one, I guess depends on how you look at it. Scotty Pippen or Kawhi Leonard?
Defensively or overall?
Let's just say overall. I feel like for me, it depends on how I'm building my team. Like if I needed, I want a number 2, I'm easily picking Scotty Pippen over Kawhi.
Yeah.
Fit-wise. Actually, no, I'm just taking Scotty Pippen over. I'd take him to start a franchise over Kawhi. Just fuck Kawhi Leonard.
If I'm saying more talented player, I'd say Kawhi. If I'm taking if I'm building a team, if I'm putting him on almost any team, I think I'd take Scottie Pippen over Kawhi because I don't know if Kawhi works on a lot of teams like Scottie Pippen probably would.
I'm gonna say Kawhi. I think Kawhi just because of his run with the Raptors. If he didn't win with the Raptors, I would take Pippen, but he showed he can win as a number 1 guy. Pippen never really showed that, so I'm gonna go with Kawhi. That's giving me a weird face.
Screw you, Kyle. Screw you.
Okay.
Just remind me.
It's because the Raptors, the game winner over the Sixers, I think it is what he got.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
All right. Kevin Durant or Larry Bird?
Well, don't even ask Dylan because I know his answer to that.
Obvious, yeah.
Yeah.
Larry Bird.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take Larry Bird too, to be honest.
I feel like I'm taking Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's Durant's. The problem with Durant is he's never won as a number 1 guy. I mean, I guess I don't know. Golden State. I'm still taking Larry Bird.
That's fair. I won't be mad either way.
Yeah.
All right, this is this little segue. We'll go back to this, but from we did the little poll for how many people were mad if that Kevin Durant stacked his team. It was an overwhelming yes.
He didn't even do it though.
No, that's what I was saying. I'm not mad at him for it. It's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
That's if he got mad at LeBron. He didn't. People want to play with him.
You can be jealous of him, but don't be mad at him.
I'm not mad, Kevin.
What is it if he stacked the Nets?
Yeah, I was like, are you mad that Kevin Durant's stacking his team? It's Kevin Durant's not the one doing it. He's not even playing right now.
Be more mad at Harden for demanding a trade there or something like that.
Yeah, with Kyrie and Harden, you can be mad, but that's just how a normal big 3 works. One person recruits.
He could have taken different avenues though. He could have. LeBron went back to Cleveland and won a championship there. He could have went back to OKC and tried to do it there. That would have looked a lot better. But instead, he goes to the Nets. And I don't know.
But I mean,
maybe he will. We don't know.
We never know.
Maybe how many draft picks does the Brooklyn Nets have to get from the Thunder to get Kevin Durant there? They haven't.
If he's only going to play 15 games in a season or not.
It's true.
It's a rough look. But I mean, KD kind of has done it all 3 ways. He tried to build it in OKC. Clearly didn't work. Went to the Warriors. It worked, but, no one gives him credit for it. And now he tries to build his own, and everyone's mad at him still.
I really think it could have worked in OKC, though. He said it was never going to work with Westbrook. They did make it to the finals earlier in their career, too. They definitely could have made more runs to the finals, but it looked like he got shook by the Warriors, was damn, we're never going to beat this team. So instead, he just went and joined them. But that's a team that literally could have competed with the Warriors.
Yeah, I think the X factor is people didn't anticipate how good Harden would be on that team. They didn't see him as a number 1 guy. They're oh, Westbrook's the number 1 guy, so is Durant. And
we'll
then like
pick
Harden's a
Durant.
good option off the bench or a good scorer, but not like the guy like MVP caliber.
Especially with like how free agents and trading is today, like how easy it is to build a big three if you have two really good players. They definitely could have got one other dude that could help them compete like much better with the Warriors. I think it definitely could have worked if he stayed on the Thunder, but he kind of jumped the gun a little bit.
I mean, I don't blame him saying he wants to play like better, like overall basketball, like team style. But like, I wouldn't do that with the Warriors because that is the bad look.
Yeah.
Don't say it, Kyle. I
You mean
heard what
big-
you're about to say.
You mean Big Perk wasn't the answer in OKC?
Big
That
Perk
was the start of the Celtics' demise for that team. That was what really killed us. He played well for us, not well for them.
No. But can we go back real quick to the Michael Rapaport thing where he said, like, this is supposed to be America's sweetheart? I'm like, I don't think anyone's called KD that since, like, before he won the MVP.
Yeah.
It's like he was at Texas, probably.
Yeah. It was like his first 3 years in the league, and then, he was like 22.
Yeah.
Now he's 32. All right, but back to the betweens. This is also where we know where Dylan's going to go, but Giannis or KG?
Giannis. For sure, Giannis.
Yeah.
He's close for me.
Giannis. Honestly,
KG's
I feel like it's closer than I would have expected when I read it, but I have to think about it. That is tough.
I think it's actually they're both pretty similar in the fact they were really good players for teams kind of in the middle of nowhere that no one really had that they brought a spotlight to that team and then they left and then they won. I think I could see Giannis doing the same thing where he leaves and wins the title, but not with Milwaukee.
Yeah, not the way they're built now.
Yep.
He needs like a better guard. No offense to Chris Middleton. Another one where we know the answer for Dylan. Jaylen Brown or Devin Booker?
Ooh, that's a tough question. That actually is. My immediate response is Devin Booker, but
yeah,
I'm taking Brown obviously because Celtics fan, but his offense is heavily improved, so he's a really good scorer now, and he's also an elite defender. So I don't think Booker is nearly on his level defensively. So
I'm gonna take Jaylen Brown because he has a higher ceiling. I think.
really.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take Devin Booker. Because let's see, they're both 24.
Mm-hmm.
How many seasons has Jaylen Brown been in the league?
One less, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Devin Booker. Like he just keeps getting better, and also just like his attitude. I feel like I'd rather have that. Like not like Jaylen Brown's bad, but like if you watch Devin Booker, like he knows he's that guy. Like he's like supposed to be the next coming Kobe. He plays like he's trying to be, although he never will.
I also think it's kind of situational too because Brown has to he has Tatum on his team obviously.
Mm-hmm. True.
But I have a related question. I was talking to Leo about it because Leo's a huge Devin Booker fan, and I was just trying to make him angry. I said because I think his quote was Devin Booker easily would have been an all-star in the East, and I said, well, I don't know if that's true because if you look at it, Trae Young didn't make an all-star team, and I said, is Devin Booker really that much better than Trae Young? Because they're both elite scorers, right?
Yes.
But Trae Young's averaged more points than Devin Booker has in his career because he did last year like 29 points per game. How much better is Devin Booker really than Trae Young, or is Trae Young better than Devin Booker?
Devin Booker's better than Trae Young. We know I'm an anti-Trae Young person.
Yeah, I'm taking Devin Booker too.
I think I take Trae Young.
I'm taking Devin Booker.
Washed.
Because of the teams like he's played on throughout his team. Like he went like Trae Young went to Atlanta, which is built heavily around him.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker came in 13th pick to Phoenix, and then they had Eric Bledsoe. Pretty much, and it took Booker a while to actually get in the rotation. And then when he did, he never looked back.
But when he was leading that team, they were never a playoff team.
Well, yeah, that's because the team was pretty bad in the West.
Yeah. But, I mean, Trae Young right now, like, I don't see the Hawks are, but he's still he's still the best player on that team. And Kyle said he'd take Devin Booker over Trae Young, but you did choose Chris Paul over Devin Booker for an All-Star appearance, Kyle.
Yeah, that's just me playing 3D chess. So I take
that one.
That's also different. I'm saying like when I'm taking Booker over I'm taking Booker over Trae Young, I'm taking it like going forward. Like obviously I'd take Booker going forward to build a franchise around Chris Paul because Chris Paul's got like a handful of years left. But this season I take Chris Paul over both of them.
Yeah, the Hawks are the 7th seed right now. Also, can we point out, Kyle, did you watch? I'm hoping Kyle at least watched the video on our story with the players. Like, was it T-Mac or Kobe?
I watched it. What was it? I actually did watch. Like I actually did, but I forget what it was.
Who do you think it was, though? Do you remember?
Nope.
I'm surprised. I
Nope.
think Dylan was the only one that got it right.
What was it?
It was T-Mac.
Well, don't. Oh my, who's gonna do it?
Oh, it's
That's
gone
fine.
now.
It's gonna be a
not
live
anymore.
reaction. We do
Oh,
it.
it's gone.
Oh God.
You weren't gonna find it.
It was really hard to tell, but I think T-Mac's jumper didn't, or his fadeaway didn't look quite as fluid as Kobe's. That's
Yeah.
the only reason I said T-Mac.
It's also a lot lengthier, I feel like.
Yeah.
I was surprised, though. I mean, maybe it's just because of how much I love Kobe.
Mhm.
I also love T-Mac, but, like, I thought it was pretty obvious.
April Fools. It was actually Kendrick Perkins.
All right,
Got
moving
him.
to the last question we had. Just it's more of a topic, I guess. The Brando and Kyle feud.
We have a feud.
Wait, where did the Brando and our podcast clap come in? Was this like something you guys did over Instagram? Because I didn't see any of these questions.
Yeah, I put it on Instagram.
Okay. But go ahead. You can address the Brando and Kyle feud.
What? I don't know what happened. What did I do?
I don't know. On our latest post, he says the Kyle Brando feud is back.
What do you mean? What did I do?
I was hoping you knew. Actually, I didn't know.
I have no idea what I did.
I was playing PlayStation the other day, and I think he explained it to me. I think it was
It had to
based
be
on something you said on the podcast. He
It
might
had
have
to
said
be
like
something in
you
the last
switch up your.
podcast.
I think he said you switch up your opinions a lot or something. Maybe that might have been what it was.
What
Or
does
you
he
contradicted
mean?
yourself. I'll ask him just to make sure.
All right, well, we're gonna end this podcast on story time about why Brando started this feud. First thing Brando ever says to me, Kyle, you suck today.
Before you start this, Kyle, I feel like this is the fourth time you've addressed this.
I don't care. It's always his fault. I try and be nice to him. I try and be courteous, and he just always disrespects me. So I have nothing but good words to say about Brando, and yeah, I don't know what I get this in return from him, and it's slanderous. It really is.
Gotta get a live answer right now. He's typing in Snapchat, so we have about 2.5 minutes left. So
Oh
I'll
my
let you know.
God.
I wonder what you
I
did,
don't.
Kyle.
he
It's
says
just
started freshman year at the Edge, typing.
okay. I don't need a life story from Brandon. Jeez, I'm pro.
Oh, now he said Dion was the best guest.
Oh,
Feud is back on.
I wasn't on that podcast. He was in there. I wasn't even there. How can I say he was the best?
You
That's
said
right.
it. You said it last. You said when Dion was here.
Yeah, but that was because I wasn't on the podcast with Brandon.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
Dylan, you also have to remember the likelihood Kyle went back to listen to that podcast is pretty low.
Hey, I
That's
went
also
back
true.
and listened to it.
Did you?
We'll have to have like a ceremony where we have Brando and Kyle on the same podcast. So they can just hash it out.
I don't have anything to have. I'm confused why this has happened.
All right, well, Kyle, maybe we can address this in the future with Brando.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We'll have him on at some point.
Thank you. Actually, I don't even know if I want Brandon on at this point.
Wow, feud back on.
Yeah, you don't get
Multiplied.
to make Kyle.
No, I'm just
Majority
moving
vote.
on. I'm moving on to bigger and better things. That's all I'm saying.
You calling Brando short?
Yeah, he is.
He's actually like he might be a little bit taller than me now. He's either my height or a little bit
What?
taller. Yeah.
When did that happen?
Since he grew up.
When did that? When did he grow? I thought I saw him and he was like 5'4".
No, he's like pretty much my height now.
Good for
my
Brando.
God.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming
Now
for
look
me.
for Dylan.
Yeah.
If I see Brandon, he's taller than me, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I don't think he's there yet.
Well,
I hope not. Is he dunking?
No.
Same.
Yeah, we knew that, Kyle.
we'll end
We
it.
got less than a minute left though.
Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
All right. See you boys.
Later.
Adios.